Hi, this is a clip taken from a recent members webinar I taught on jazz skills. It's about Barry Harris's improvisation rhythm and some observations I've made. I'll show you the observations, how I use them in my teaching and my own practice, and you'll also be able to download the PDF that you see on screen. Hope you enjoy it. Okay. I have, as you know, studied with Barry Harris for about 15 years at this point. And in that time, there's one thing that's many things, but there's one thing particularly that's always amazed me about his playing, his improv, and that's his time, his rhythm. The way he feels points in the bar to improvise on that just stunned me a bit. You know, I'm not quite sure how he feels those. So I started studying it. And I've done this with students in lessons quite a lot recently, so I'll share one of them with you and show you some of the things that I've learned from doing it. First of all, when Barry improvises, actually, instead of me talking, why don't I just play you a bit of the improv and you'll hear what I mean. Hopefully the sound will at least come across. The video probably won't be that hot over when I'm, teaching the webinar, but that's good. It's just beautiful to listen to the rhythms that come out of Barry's fingers or his heart and his head. So I started studying one thing. I want to zoom in on one particular thing, and that is, when does he begin each phrase, right? And is there any pattern to it? Is there anything I can learn from it and use in my own practice? And that's what I set about doing. Just jot down the beginning beat of each phrase. So as you see, I've put this together here. So we see the first phrase begins on 2, then he goes to a 3 and, then he goes to a 3, then he goes to a 1 and, a 2, 4, 2 and, 1 and. In 9 phrases, he's hardly repeated himself. He's played the 2 once, or begun a phrase on 2 once. He's taken the 3 and, the 2 was twice. He took the 3 and 1 time out of 9. The 3, I think 1. The 1, just once. He's hardly repeating himself in 9 phrases. When you think about how your playing is and my playing is, we have places we like to go to, right? So let's listen to that again, and I'll count it out. 2, 3, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, and 2. 2, 3, 4, and 2. It's just beautiful, beautiful stuff. So, don't get caught up in, but is he thinking about that? It makes no difference. He can do it. He can feel those points in the bar. Graham, the 1 and twice? I don't know, possibly. Yeah, the 1 and twice. Yeah, I don't know if I said something different. If I did, sorry. So, what have I taken from this? Well, a couple of things. Look how he'll often, if he's started on an on beat, then the next thing's an off beat. Goes on 2, then he takes us to 3 and, right? Then he gets a couple ons in a row, 3. But then look, we've got a 1 and. 1 and is an off. Then we got an on the 2. Another on. Then we got a 1, 2 and. We've got a 1 and. So I've noticed, because I've done several tunes, that there's often this on, off, on, off. It's not that prevalent here. There's quite a lot of it, but it's not as patterny as it is sometimes. But starting to do this and listen. I'm beginning to predict sometimes what he's going to do next, which I've never been able to do before. And it's amazing. So what I do in my own playing is just take two. I think if there's one thing students do too much, it's try and swallow the whole whale instead of biting a chunk of a whale, right? There's no way we're going to swallow the whole whale. And just take two numbers and learn to feel them. But really, yeah, anything you take from this that you can make your own is great. Students bring back stuff, and they're doing stuff I didn't show them, and that's really the great thing about these sorts of rules. It's not just playing licks and copying stuff, you know. So I would do stuff like this. I've noticed many of my students cannot feel the 3 and or the 2 and, you know. So let's take these first two, the 2 and the 3 and just learn to feel those. So just alternate that in your practice. Begin a phrase on 2 and then begin a phrase on 3 and. Let's see how it works. I'll take the same tune as Barry's playing. There Will Never Be Another You. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 4, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 1. But you see what I mean? Just doing that, you start to swing. Because you're picking 2 points, you know, you're not starting everything on 1 and then forcing in a push occasionally or something. You just got 2 places to play, right? Let me try it again. I'll try and keep alternating the 2 and the 3 and. 1, 2, see if you can follow. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 2. 2, 3. You see? So just pick any 2 numbers like that sound good to you and drill them. Why would you want to do it? Again, to feel things you're not used to feeling. If that's practice for you, if you've got to work at it, great. I have to work at it too. You will come out of it rhythmically stronger and things will flow to you better in real playing. Because obviously melodic stuff is important, so is rhythmic, you know. Feeling the offs in jazz is the most important thing rhythmically, of course. Being able to swing on those offs, okay? Alternate them with ons and you're in business. Copy some of these. You could use this as a template. So this can be an entire template for you where you just take 2, 3 and 3, 1, etc. Just in your improv, you know. Let me see if I can take a few more numbers. I'll try and go from, say, here to, I don't know, here, right? So I've got 2, 3 and 3, 1, 1 and 2. Let's see, 1, 2. But obviously the notes will be different to Barry's. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2. 1, 2. So you probably noticed if I want more space between to think or whatever, it's fine. Just as long as my next phrase begins on that number, I've got something to do. And I'm swinging in a way that I wouldn't normally because it's putting me into different positions that I wouldn't normally be in. Okay, so that's my third thing that I've been teaching. Well, second really thing I've been teaching recently that's really been making a rhythmic difference in people's improv. And if you're not even at the stage where you're improvising yet, doesn't matter. Just take your scales and see if you can begin your scales on these points, you know. Can you play just the C major scale? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Can you cut off one note like we did in the improv template? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Can you cut off 2 notes? 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you just play an improvised line in it that starts on 3 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1? Anybody should be able to do that, right? That's rhythmic training. You start to swing. Okay. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to download the PDF using the link below. This is just a taste from a live members webinar I taught. The actual lesson's an hour long, but I have hundreds of lessons categorized for members to meet you at your level and help you organize your learning no matter where you are on your jazz journey. Just click below to find out more. Thanks again.